welcome to the free singing lesson. I hope you guys are doing so good. My name is Kelly Condren. I'm so excited that you're joining me in this today. It's so exciting when I think about getting to sing fuller, getting to sing higher, getting to sing stronger for longer without it hurting your voice. That is super exciting to me. And that's what we're going to be covering in this next half an hour. Now, have no fear if you failed in the past or you've tried singing and it's been really hard. You can put those fears to rest, because let me tell you what, I have some really good secrets and tips that I'm going to help you with so that you can quickly figure out how to sing without having to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on voice lessons like I had to do. Now, so here's the deal. One of the fastest ways I found to do this is going to be this lessons that I'll show you. It's my favorite things. I've been teaching voice lessons for 15 years, if you believe that or not. And when I first started, it was really hard for me. When I was singing, I was making every mistake you could possibly be making. I was tight. I was straining. I didn't have good air. I had all these crazy things. But guess what? My parents helped me find some of the best vocal coaches. I found some vocal coaches who taught celebrities, who taught some of the singers at Sony Records, Gloria Estefan, all these different people. I majored in it in college, so I spent thousands and thousands and thousands, over $80,000 trying to figure out how to make all this stuff work together. And so what I'm going to tell you is some of my top 3 secrets that I think would really move you along quickly so that you can sing full without it hurting. You can sing those higher notes that you might have had a hard time with, or the lower notes that you've had a hard time with, and sing through your break. And last but not least, sing stronger. So you have your tone, it sounds just full and awesome, and all of it will be without hurting or without strain. So, like I said, I originally was making a lot of mistakes myself when I was trying to sing on my own. But after I found these things, it's been amazing, because I myself have been able to tour the country multiple times. I've been able to be on the CBS News Show, TV, radio stations, play tons of different music festivals all over the place, which has been so awesome. When I think back to how I was a huge mess, but now I just love it. And if I could go back and do it all over again so that I could sing and know that I'm just gonna kill it every time on stage, yeah, I would totally take that chance. So let me tell you what, if I can do it, you absolutely can do it, because I was a huge mess and somehow I figured it all out. And here I am. So picture that for yourself. Picture that if you want to sing, whether it's just around your friends at karaoke, or if you want to hop on stage with your band or put out a YouTube video or whatever it is that you want to do, that you can do it confidently and that you can know you're just going to sound amazing. Doesn't that make you excited? It makes me excited. You following with me? It's thrilling stuff. It is super thrilling. So not only has this worked for me, but I want to show you one of my students. Connor is his name. He first started singing and he had never really sung before, but he wanted to be in a musical. And so we started working, and it was only a few weeks actually before he was belting out some of those high notes. He killed his audition, actually got the lead in the musical, which is crazy. And he actually is doing that now for his job in Nashville. We showed him some songwriting stuff, so he's doing songwriting. He's doing singing and playing and helping and producing other people and doing that too. So he's an amazing success story, which just, isn't that exciting? I mean, isn't that nuts that happened for him? And I mean, would you want that to be you? I definitely would. I mean, that just gets me so pumped. And it didn't take super long for him, which is so cool. Okay, so one thing I wanted to let you guys know, if you stick with me to the end here, I have a warm-up specifically that really helped me break through to get to my higher range. And it's called the Goog warm-up. I want to give that to you guys at the end of this so you can have it in your car or wherever you might want to be doing warm-ups. If you're at your house or wherever else, it's been my favorite warm. So I'm going to give that to both of you guys, whether you're girls or guys. I'll give you both versions so you can download them and use it whenever you want, if you stick with me to the end of this guide. Now, like I said, we're going to be learning to sing higher and increasing your range, singing fuller so you're relaxed but it still sounds really strong, and to be able to sing strong for long, so strengthening it without it being able to hurt. You can sing for hours. So can these work for you in different genres and different things like that? Yes, definitely. I've had a few people ask me, I sing country or I sing metal. Will this work? And the answer is absolutely yes. For me, I know when I was finding a teacher, originally there was a lot of classical teachers out there, and I didn't want to sing classical. I wanted to sing what I heard on the radio. So it took me a while. I still studied with some of those people, but then what was fun is I studied with someone who did more pop and jazz and things like that. And so I could take what they had said and put it into what I do. And so that's how I teach now. And of course, if you want to sing classical, you still can and just use a longer vowels, oh. Or if you want to sing more pop and more metal or things, you just speak it more like you would say it. We'll get into all that later on. But first, let's talk about one of the main building blocks. So like I said, posture and your breathing are going to be one of the biggest building blocks for getting a really full sound. So let me show you right from the get-go. It's one of the things you're going to start with, and that is your posture. Now, I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Now, when it comes to singing, you want to sit up as tall as you can. You want your back vertebrae like to just be straight up. Okay, so a lot of times what I'd like you to do is you're going to stand up and laying down like this and just hang as relaxed as you can. Singing is so physical, so we're going to do some crazy stuff, but don't be embarrassed. Just stick with me here. You guys still with me? Okay, so hang over and just let your arms hang for a second. And then what we're going to do to start getting the right posture is you're going to come up one vertebrae at a time, just one on top of another, till you're sitting up nice and strong with your shoulders back like that, okay? Here's why this is important. The way you're singing and you're breathing is with your stomach. So some of you are like, what about your lungs? Now, here's what I'm talking about. You breathe when you're doing singing. When you breathe, your diaphragm, which is the muscles below your lungs, when you take a really deep breath, those move down so you have more space in your lungs to get a fuller, deeper breath, and you can get more air in. So like that, it's actually like breathing deep like that. So a lot of times what I have people do is I have them put their hands on their stomach, and I'm actually going to show you like this so you can see a little better. I put my hands right here. Put your hands under your lungs like this and take a big deep breath in. Can you feel that? If you put your hands on your stomach, I'll get a little closer so you can see. See how my hands come out? And they're back in. Take a deep breath like that with me. See how my hands are coming out and right back in? I call that breathing with your diaphragm, okay? So again, the diaphragm is the muscles below the lungs. And when you breathe deep like that, they're moving down, so it's giving your lungs more space to take in air. Watch again. And your stomach comes out and back in. Kind of creepy, right? Yeah. But it causes you to take a really full, nice, good breath. Now, in case you're wondering why that is important, because singing works like a wind chime. So, if you have air going through the wind chime, what happens? You have a really beautiful sound, right? Yeah? Now, imagine you take no air. What happens? You have no sound. So it's the same thing when you're singing. When you're singing, the more air you can get, right? Think of more air going through that wind chime. Woo, it's a lot of noise. Same thing with your voice. If you can take tons of air in, you're going to get a fuller sound because you're going to have more air going through your vocal cords, and it'll move your vocal cords to make the sound that you're trying to do. Okay? Is that exciting? Yes. Do you understand? You cool? You with me? Good. I hope so. Okay. So that is your diaphragm. Now here's what we're going to do. I want you to one thing to look out for, and that is that you're not breathing in and your shoulders are coming up. I see people make this mistake almost every time that I show them how to do this singing. Now, if you have to sing in front of a mirror so you can watch how this is going to go, please do it. Do not be ashamed to do whatever it takes so that you can figure out how to do this well. Now, watch me. When I breathe in, my shoulders do not come up. That's important. You don't want it to be like this. Because what's going to happen is you're not going to be relaxed. You'll be really tight, and you don't really have much space here. You're not going to be able to be relaxed as possible, which in order to get the fullest, deepest breath as possible, you need to be relaxed. And also later on, in order to sing the fullest, you need to be relaxed. We'll get to that later on, but just know for now, do not let your shoulders come up. Do not do that. Leave them down. I'll call it a stomach breath, okay? Using your diaphragm and taking it in like that, where it's nice and deep. Do it again. Take a huge deep breath with your diaphragm. And let it back out. Now here's what I would like us to do. We're going to take a huge deep breath in just like we did, and then we're going to go out for 8 beats. Now you might be wondering why. Here's the reason why. Because after you take your full deep breath in so you can get a really full sound, right? Stay with me. See, it'll sound really, really good. But the problem I see sometimes is people take a full deep breath and then they let it out instantly. Stay with me. And then they're out of air already. Or I've heard people do that on the song Hello by Adele. Hello. And they're out of air. But I want you to take a breath in and almost like you're just letting the air out a little bit at a time. Now it's not super controlled, it's not pushed or held in only, but it's just letting it out naturally. Okay, so breathe in, and we're gonna breathe out for 8 counts, just like that, and that's with me. Breathe in, and then out for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, you get it? Now breathe in again, and let's do out for 8 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great, I hope that's going really good for you. And if not, if you need to pause this at any time, pause it, practice it till you get it, or you can even come back to it. That's the good thing about this being recorded for you. So, okay, moving on. That is the breathing portion of this. Now, some people want to breathe past it. They say, I breathe all the time, no big deal. But I cannot stress the amount of importance that breathing is for a full sound. The number one thing for a full, strong voice comes down to your breathing. 9 times out of 10 when I start lessons with somebody, it comes down to their breathing. They're not breathing full enough. They take a really short, shallow breath like that, and then they don't have enough to get there. Okay, it's just like a car. If you fill up your car with gas, you're going. You're unstoppable, right? Yeah? But if you have no gas, what happens? You're pushing the car. Same thing with your voice. If you have the air, stay with me, you're going. If you don't have the air, what happens is you start to push. All right? And we do not want that. That leads to a really small tone. That leads to the people that sound like, oh, won't you stay with me? Hear that? It's almost like choked out. It's really small. We don't want that. You want it full, like that, full just rush of air coming out. Stay with me. Okay? I hope that makes sense for you. Now, that was me. I was pushing a lot because I didn't have the air support when I first started. So this is an important thing for me. This was really, really a key, I guess we'll say. It was one of my top secrets. Now, once you start getting your breathing really good, I want to show you my favorite warm-up. This is called Goog. Now, I'm going to scoot this a little bit this way so you can see me. Here you go. Now, here's what Goog has to do with. Goog has to do with a fuller sound. Some of these all kind of go hand in hand, where if you're having a really good breathing and you are getting, I'm going to tell you what your larynx is in a second, that's how you get full and higher sound. So the breathing has a lot to do with your fuller, but getting higher has to do with your larynx. Now, what the heck is a larynx, right? Yeah? Have you already asked yourself that question right now? Yes? Probably. Okay, so when you swallow, put your finger right here and swallow for me. I'm sure you feel that. It comes up and down, right? It's called your larynx. It makes it so when you take in air and you get it down to your lungs, that it goes to your lungs. Now, when you swallow food, that makes it so that that food doesn't go down to your lungs. So it comes up and kind of blocks your windpipe down there, okay? So, but if you're singing and your larynx is up, stay with me. I'm sure you've heard that sound before because it sounds like someone's being choked out, and you do not want that in your singing. That will stop you from getting to the high notes. You'll get to the high notes, but it'll be quiet. It will not sound good. It'll be rough, which you don't want, right? You want an amazing sound. You want an amazing sound? Because I do. So here's what we're going to do. I want you just to say the word goog. Goog. It's kind of a silly sound. Goog, with a G at the beginning and the end. Goog. Now, we're going to do this warm-up, and it's going to go like this. Goo, 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 goo. Okay? Now, here's why that's important, because just the way that the G's are at the beginning and the end, train your larynx to stay down. Isn't that crazy? So, we're going to do this going on up. Now, gentlemen, I know you are with me. As we get higher and higher, if you want to drop down an octave, feel free. Again, at the end of this, if you stick with me to the end, I'll give you the male version and the female version so that you can do it in your range. All right? But this is super important for being able to reach the high notes and hit them really with a full sound. So, we're going to start on off. Get a huge deep breath from me, the biggest one you can possibly. See? Okay, here we go. Goog at the beginning and at the end if you can. Okay, try again. If you have to keep your finger here, go ahead. You should not feel your larynx coming up when you're singing these, okay? Do it again, get your fullest, deepest breath you have. You'll notice it sounds a little bit like a monster. That's okay for right now. You're gonna make some weird sounds, but it's okay because it'll play into later on when you sing the songs. If your larynx is staying down, you will have that really full sound, okay? You excited? I hope so. This is fun stuff. We'll do about 3 more. Now, for those of you that are feeling it's high, you no longer feel it in your low voice, which is called your chest voice. You're starting to feel it up here in your head, in your high voice, and some of those higher notes are starting to feel a little tricky. That's okay. That's what we're working on. So be patient. Some of those high notes are a little bit tricky to get, but this warm-up will definitely get you there the more often you do it. Let's try that one again. Goog. Goo, 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 goo. 3 more. Again, if you have to drop down right now, that's totally fine. If you can keep pushing through those high notes, please stick with me and do your best you can with your good, nice, deep breath and your larynx down. 2 more. And the last one, make it your best, the fullest amount of air you got. And that is the Goog warm-up. Super key for you. Again, it'll be available for download. As soon as this is over, sing to it a bunch. Feel that Goog, that long open sound. Okay, that's really, really gonna be key for you. Now, another thing that's important is to record yourself. As you're going through and practicing, record yourself how you do it and then change to using either full breath or your larynx down or things. And then hear how you sound so you can go back, and that's a lot of times it makes it really easy to improve. Now, I know a lot of people have a hard time singing high notes. It's one of the biggest things that we work on. So a lot of people just end up only sing songs that are low, that they can get to the notes. Now, this is actually, Janice is an example of that. She was one of my students. She actually only sang low notes for a really long time. She had a lot of strain, actually. She would try to sing the high notes, but she was just pushing and pushing. She didn't have the air support, but also she was just tightening up all her muscles and just like the car with no gas. If you don't have gas, you have to push it. So that's what she was doing. So number 3 secret is to be relaxed, okay? Janice actually ended up getting vocal notes because she was so strained. And when we started working together, when she was able to start relaxing, she was getting way better at her high notes. She could sing any song that she wanted, which is so amazing and so freeing. Wouldn't that be great to get to do? You pick any song you want. You know you like it. You know you can hit the song. You know you can nail it anytime. That gets me excited. Wouldn't you want that? I do. I definitely do. So what we want to do with this guy is just a really quick relaxed. We're just going to do a really quick okay, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to relax those shoulders. I want you to take your neck like this and just do a few quick neck rolls to make sure in here that you have no strain on your jaw, on your shoulders, but you're just like you could almost take a nap. You take that big deep breath and you're nice and relaxed, okay? Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to do that one more time. As relaxed as you can be. And I want you to sing to. Do you feel different? Does it feel nice and relaxed? Or does it feel like to? Feel that? How it's like, ooh, a little stressful. It's pushed. Try it again. To. Now here's a little quick example in a song. For those of you guys who maybe know the song, "At last my love has come along," I want you to sing that with me. I want you to try how you were singing maybe at the beginning of this lesson, maybe with not enough air and kind of quiet, or maybe pushed, and not relaxed enough. And I want you to try those 3 things we were just talking about, where you breathe in nice and deep, where you're nice and relaxed in your muscles, and open up. And sing, at last my love has come along. How does that feel? Can you hear a difference? I hope so. I hope that automatically some of this breathing and some of these opening and full larynx down situation things will help you start hearing that difference in the fullness in your voice that you have, because I want that for you. Don't you want to feel so full and just, that you can nail it every time? Now, let me ask you a question. Have you been enjoying this lesson so far? I hope so. We've covered how to sing higher with relaxing your larynx and keeping that down low. We've talked about how to use your breath so you can sing fuller. We've talked about being relaxed so you can sing stronger for longer without it being pushed and without it hurting. Now, would you like to take it to the next level? I have a feeling a lot of you guys do, because you're here and you're really wanting to learn. So that's why I'd like to introduce to you the Music Masterclass. Now, this is all about fuller, stronger, confident, and going deeper in all the things that we just talked about right now. Actually showing you how to do that with the song examples, and actually digging in deep with some songs that you know and showing you how to do it piece by piece so that you can reach those notes and increase your range and do all those things that we've just been talking about. It's going to be 5 full modules, talking also about how to belt, even more in-depth breathing techniques, and giving you tons and tons of different warm-ups to learn how to do that, and critique things along the way with a lot of the issues that I've seen people making, a lot of the things that trip people up, and just even fixing 1 or 2 of those things change so many things so quickly, which is so cool. I want to show you a little proof, and that is Tabby. She has only been singing with me for a few weeks, and let me tell you what, already her voice doesn't even sound like the same voice, which is so awesome. Her mom even said that to me. She was like, oh my gosh, she was having a hard time even just matching the pitches at the beginning, and now she's singing high. She's been leading a few different musicals in the past month, which is so awesome. That was really fun to see. Also, this is Isabel. Isabel had a really soft voice at the beginning. She was having a hard time singing full. You could barely even hear her half of the time. But we were working on an audition for her, and by the end of the few weeks, oh my goodness, she just belted it out. And you know what? She was auditioning for a Chicago choir, and she got into the highest level 1 that they have, which is amazing. It's really hard to get into. And actually, they just toured Italy this past summer, which was so cool, with their choir. So it's really exciting. Isn't it exciting? Oh my gosh. I get so pumped up. Isn't that cool? I mean, to know that change is possible and it doesn't take very long to do, doesn't that make you excited? I get excited about that. So who does this work for? It works for anybody who wants to learn to sing better, no matter what genre it is. Even if you're trying to do public speaking and you want to learn to speak for longer without it hurting your voice. All of that is possible with these modules. Now, a lot of people say the number 1 thing that holds them back is they don't have time, which is totally fine. I totally understand that. We are so busy. But I've made it so that you can break up some of these lessons, that if you even have 5 minutes in the car or something, you can listen to a technique and you can master that, and then you can pop it into some songs that you've been working on and already make things sound better. So it's divided up into lessons for the amount of time that you have at the time. You can do it in your iPad, on your phone, however it might work for you best. Now, so I told you, here's what you're going to get. 5 modules for the value of $597. Plus, there's worksheets to make it really easy to follow along if you need to write things down so that you can remember later on. Plus, I wanted to give you a bonus. This is about how to find harmonies. One of the things a lot of students ask is how to find harmonies when you're singing with different people, or if they're in a band, or if they're karaokeing or singing at church or whatever. They need that. And that was something that was hard for me. I couldn't hear it at first. It took me a lot of years of really embarrassing time with my band playing, trying to figure it out. There were actually a lot of opportunities where people also asked me to sing with them, and I wasn't sure, I wasn't confident in finding harmonies, so I skipped some of those opportunities, which I really missed out on. So I know habits are really hard to change. I could never leave, you like that. I know I could leave this webinar right now and just enjoy the afternoon, but I already know how to sing. It's already worked for me. But this is not about me. I know it's about you. If you leave right now, I'm sure you've figured you've learned a lot of cool stuff. But my guess is that by tomorrow morning, you'll probably be back to some of those old habits. Right? It's just how things happen, I hate to say. That's what most people do. They slip into old habits. But because I'm your coach, I'm your friend, I'm your mentor, I don't want that for you. I want real lasting results so you can sing better forever, not just tomorrow or today. Now, in order to have lasting results, you're going to need exposure to the system day after day. That's what you get when you invest today. You get that lasting results, which I really want for you. You don't have to be scared to sing harmonies. You don't have to be scared to sing in public or scared to release your YouTube videos or whatever it is. You know you can put it up there and people will share it because it just sounds amazing. So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get 5 full modules of intensive voice lessons for $597 value. Sight singing and harmonies for $97 value. Now, not only that, I want to give you guys some theory, because theory is really important to writing songs. It's important to finding harmonies, but also finding the right songs for your voice. So I wanted to throw that in. So here's what you're going to get. 5 modules of intense voice lessons for $597. Sight singing and harmonies for $97. Theories for $97 value, with a total of $791. Now, I wanted to paint a picture for you of where I was before I started learning to sing. I really struggled. I really, really did. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars. Like I told you, over $80,000 finding really good teachers, even more than that. And I wasn't able. Singing high was so scary. I knew if part of the song was coming and I was just like dreading it, you know? Does that sound familiar? Maybe. But now I want you to get a vision of what life could be like for you. Now for me, I know when I step on the stage, I know I'm gonna kill it. I know I can hit that note, and that's what gives people those goosebumps. That's what I want for you. It could be amazing. You could just love, I know you probably already love singing, but to get to do it and to follow that dream and have even more and more opportunities and feel amazing about it. That's what it could be like without any fear. So far, you're going to get the 5 modules of voice lessons for $597 value. You're going to get sight singing and harmonies for $97. You're going to get theory for $97. But guess what? I also wanted to give you a piano module, a bonus piano module, because for me, accompanying myself really made a really fun difference. It was really cool if I could sit down and play my own warm-ups, or if I could sit down and play the song that I was wanting to sing. I didn't have to wait for somebody to meet up with me so they could play with me at a live event. I could just do it on my own, which was so awesome. So I want to show you this example. This is Ruthie. She was working with me for a few weeks and started playing and writing songs and performing live shows. She's been performing a lot of live shows lately, which is so amazing. So I'm going to take you step by step in case you have tried piano before and that's super scary to you. I'm going to take you step by step of how to do it one bit at a time as you can follow along in an easy to swallow chunk, if you will. Does that sound exciting? Isn't that crazy? Ruthie, I thought I was so excited. Isn't that cool that she just is doing it and making it happen, and that's so, so amazing. So here's what you're gonna get. 5 modules of intense voice lessons for hours for $597 value, sight singing and harmonies for $97 value, theory for $97 value, piano module for $97 value, with which is a total of $888. Now, let me tell you what, there is nothing special about me. In case you're thinking, oh, but she's the voice lady, she's the music lady, right? But I don't have anything supernatural about me or anything along those lines. I actually really struggled with learning to sing when I first started doing this. I was behind other people, a lot of other people, and but that's what I love about this system. It really did help me. It changed my life, and I don't have to worry about being scared about singing. I don't have to worry about doing a solo or performing and not knowing if I am going to be able to hit the high note without my voice breaking, or having to switch songs with people a bunch so that I don't have to get into the part that I don't know if I can reach. It's amazing. It's super amazing. I can just be confident. I just love it. It just makes me love singing that much more. Now, does that make you excited, I hope? Are you still with me? Is that cool? You good? You excited? Now, one more thing, because all of that wasn't enough. I wanted to give you a full set of warm-ups, not just one. I wanted to give you 30 minutes of warm-ups, okay, so that you could really be getting it. There's something about warm-ups that just gets you to those different notes faster and fuller when you're not distracted by the words of a song, but you can just do this technique and it strengthens you in ways that songs don't for some reason. So here's what you're going to get. 5 modules of intense voice lessons for $597. Sight singing and harmony bonus module for a value of $97. Theory for a value of $97. A piano module for a value of $97. 30-minute warm-ups for a value of $57 for a total of $945. Now, obviously, I'm not going to charge you $945. But if I did charge you that, and all it did was to give you the confidence to sing in front of people and know that you're gonna kill it every time. Is that worth it? If all it did was gonna let you know that you could post a YouTube video or a Facebook Live in front of your friends and not be scared about it, that people would be sharing it like crazy because it would sound good, is that worth it? If all it did was let you know for the rest of your life that you could sing and you could sing well and know that, would that be worth it? I would totally say yes. I paid zillions and zillions more than that, and it is worth it to me every day of the week. Oh my gosh. It's amazing. So the Music Masterclass with the $945 value, normally regular price $497 for all of those, but since you're on this free lesson, I wanted to give you a special discount. So it will be only $47 if you head over to sing.themusicmasterclass.com. Now, I've been in this business a long time, and I found there are only two kinds of people. There are those who are going to learn to sing and who are good at following their dreams and just doing it, and those who are just good at making excuses. Now, you can't be both. If you're the one making excuses, I hate to say, you're going to have a really hard time learning to sing really full and just confidently. You're probably going to have fear in it for a long time. The good news is that you get to choose. You can choose which type of person you're going to be. Don't be the person who makes excuses, but be the person who knows how to sing, who can do it every single time and just be amazing. That people are like known for, that girl, that guy can just kill it. Listen, watch this video, watch this YouTube video, it's amazing. So once you've been through this training, you have everything set up. You can say goodbye to just that stress of how you're going to sound, the stress of can you really hit those notes? Are you going to be scared of how things are going to turn out in your performances? You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on celebrity coaches like I did. That was crazy. You don't have to worry about spending hours and hours and hours on voice lessons. Can you imagine that? Just loving singing and just doing it. Just being ready at any time. If someone asks you to perform, you're ready. Wouldn't that be amazing? Can you imagine what life would be like that, and all the joy, I guess, that you have from it? Well, here's the good news. There's a guarantee right now. So if you do try this, there's 30-day money back guarantee. So you can risk nothing if you give this guy a try. You can open a new browser and go to sing.themusicmasterclass.com and get started. If this is right for you and you get started right now, you can go to your account at sing.themusicmasterclass.com. It's the only way really to know if it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, again, for 30 days, you will get your money back full and complete, no questions asked. Now, if you're still on the fence, open that browser. Go to sing.themusicmasterclass.com and get started. There's no risk. We have 100% back marriage guarantee, but the only real way is to know. So give it a try. Open your account, sing.themusicmasterclass.com. If you have any questions, feel free to give me an email, shoot me a thing. There's a contact button up there. Go ahead. It's been so great getting to know you and getting to sing with you. Let's get singing.